Yo, 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 yo. What is up, guys? Welcome in. I do need to take a look at my bracket. I think I'm in like the 84th percentile right now or something. Might be in the 84th percentile. Apply pressure to Matt Walsh to quit Daily Wire. Dude, I think Matt Walsh is he just strikes me as a complete asshole, honestly. You ever get that vibe when you look at someone, he just seems like an ass. Anti-trans judge totally shown to be against Trump and clip. They're all against Trump. They're completely rigging it with these judges. The judges are activists. They're Democrats. But, I mean, you look at the record of these judges blocking Trump. They're all Democrats. And some of them have histories to where their significant others are, like, avid Democrats. It's not good. Drake got you this year. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, dude, with these brackets, they've all been just very, it's been so chalky. It really has. I mean, it's good to see Akron made a comeback. Dude, I literally saw the Akron-Arizona game. It was 9-0. I was like, great, that's awesome. Because I picked Akron as an upset. Like, sweet. Look at this. Correct, wrong. And I thought this game, I mean, North Carolina was actually the favorite going into that game. Correct. I need Marquette to win. And it's not like I have Marquette going to the Elite Eight, but I'd still like Marquette to win. Florida's going to win. Correct, wrong, correct, wrong. This is going to be correct, wrong, correct, wrong, correct. I mean, I think that's got to be like it's been very chalky. It has. But I think I might be like 73rd, 74th percentile. Yeah, it just depends if you have the Final Four teams, man. That's what it comes down to. The Final Four. These early games, as long as your Final Four teams don't get knocked out. Walsh does seem like an ass. Right. I mean, Walsh is doing all this, and all of his stuff is like, so, like, guys, who else is just like, all of this based bullshit, like, we're going to call out Israel and all this. It's just like, it's so performative. It really is. But Walsh, especially, he just seems like an asshole. Candace Owens sucks with her UK husband. Yeah, she married an immigrant, and he just got citizenship. I saw that. That's what you're referencing. You picked New Mexico. Yeah, New Mexico. I mean, it's a 7v10 game. Of course, people are going to pick New Mexico. So this thing, Trump is reiterating today, talking about the 14th Amendment. This is a big thing, and Trump is right, and I'll probably have to do a video on this, because this is going to be a big battle when it comes to possibly going to the Supreme Court. And we don't know if the Supreme Court, based on their rulings recently, it's not a lock, but they need to reinterpret this. The 14th Amendment was put in place 3 years after slavery ended with the 13th Amendment in 1865. This was put into place in 1868, and it was specifically to ensure former slaves had a right to vote, and their ancestors or their future kids had a right to vote. Doesn't have anything to do with this thing where they're manipulating the 14th Amendment now, and anyone that comes into the country, you're an illegal immigrant, you have a kid, the kid's a citizen. How does that work? Doesn't make any sense. So it needs to be reinterpreted, and this is all legal. Who was that bitch in the wheelchair? Yeah, I think that was supposed to be Israel. Did you see that? That was fucking weird, man. I think that's right here. Well, here we got Trump's approval rating +8. I mean, these approval numbers, it's all irrelevant. People always talk about the approval rating. Why is it down? Why is it up? It's based off of the economy. It's a short-term thing. So if the economy struggles, it's going to go down a little bit. If the economy does better, it'll go back up. If the gas prices are down, it'll go up. That's what it is. The approval rating will fluctuate, especially early on in Trump's presidency, as we deal with the turbulence of these tariffs. But once everything settles down, even if the tariffs remain in place, it's going to settle things, because we're not going to be dealing with these announcements. I think we have one more major announcement with the tariffs. I don't think Trump wants to have this to where it's always going to be tariffs every other week. They're going to be announced. This is just like a short term, first 2-3 months of his presidency. And once he gets over this, and we really either put tariffs in place or we work out deals with these countries, he wants the tariffs removed against the United States. That's why everything that's going into place on April 2nd is reciprocal. So it's like they tariff us, we tariff them. And so that's the way it works. Oklahoma will upset UConn. I mean, that's an 8v9 game. It's not really an upset. Tesla charging station set on fire in North Dakota. And now they're trying to excuse the behavior. They're saying Musk is a Nazi. Musk loves Jewish people. He loves Israel. How is he a Nazi? That doesn't even make sense. But I know it's like this. They think they can label people. It's like labeling someone a racist. Well, it's got a negative connotation. So that means we're doing something good by labeling a person we don't like a racist or something. To me, whatever they label anyone, it's all irrelevant. It's like the boy who cried wolf. None of it really matters. You know, you've got the Bowman, Jamal Bowman, calling Musk on, I think it was CNN, a Nazi. He called him a Nazi on CNN. What are you talking about? Yeah, I think Trump will appoint one. If the justices are not selfish, maybe more, depending. But at least one new one will be appointed under Trump, I would expect. Did you see PBD's podcast? No, I didn't see it with that. Yeah, I saw he had some dude on from Canada. I didn't watch it, though. He's very right-wing. Yeah, but I heard he really wasn't big in the political scene in Canada. I don't know. That's just what they were saying on X. Trump mentioned March Madness. Did you see it? No, I didn't see it. He did. Trump. Remember when Obama filled out the brackets? It's just performative. It's just performative. But Obama used to always fill out the March Madness bracket. The Snow White back hair thing is brutal for women. You honestly feel bad for her. Well, I mean, but that movie was terrible. The movie took like 4 years to come out. Seriously, they delayed that movie. They had to have. How long do we have to hear about this movie for? I'm sick and tired of hearing about this movie. It's like it's been a huge political culture topic for like 3 years. I swear that Snow White movie. Why does approval rating matter right now? It's more so just either so people can use it against Trump or it's ammunition for us to use like Trump's approved. But it's really neither. It's basically his approval rating is basically 50-50 on average. Liberals have been saying it's negative, but it's really not if you take the composite. Yeah, if the right wing was doing it, if the right wing was doing all this. Let me turn this down because there's music to this. But like, I mean, what is going on here? So that's Trump and that's Elon. And then I think this is supposed to be Israel. But this is just like, I guess this is typical Democrats. What's the QR code, I wonder? AOC messes up.
We need a Democratic Party that fights harder for us too.
Tim Walz is now saying about Trump supporters, and forgive me, I'm just reading a quote from Tim Walz. I think I could kick most of their ass.
Oh boy, he'd be in trouble.
Is there any way to know?
Well, he's a loser. Yeah, I mean, he's a loser. He lost an election. He played a part. You know, usually a vice president doesn't play a part, they say. I think Tim played a part. I think he was so bad that he hurt her. But she hurt herself, and Joe hurt them both. They didn't have a great group, but I would probably put him at the bottom of the group.
And now, Kane, I think what is his real name? Dave Jacobs or something Jacobs. You know, Kane from WWE wants to fight Walls, and they're setting up a boxing match, and they've got money for charity now. It's like $50K for charity. Kane from WWE, who's a politician now in Tennessee, is trying to fight Walls. I didn't know Trump was talking about March Madness. You know,
We gave out the world's greatest fighter jet, by far, they say. I think in terms of every criteria known to man, it's the best. Now, that doesn't mean in 5 years it'll be good. It'll be totally obsolete in 5 years, I guess, but that's the way it works. But there's never been a plane designed or made like this, and we'll have them within about a 2-year period. They're going to start manufacturing very soon, so we're honored by that. We are moving along on Russia-Ukraine. We had a couple of good conversations today, and maybe we can get that death march stopped as soon as possible. And we're going to Bedminster now for work. We have some work. It's a little cold there right now. It's a little early, but we'll be going to Bedminster, and we'll be coming back here. We're going to the big fight. The reason I'm going is in Philadelphia, they have the NCAA World Wrestling for college. And I've always supported the wrestlers, so I want to support them. These are the great college wrestlers from the various schools. I think Penn State is leading, and Nebraska's in second place right now, and a lot of good things. So we're going to be going there on Saturday night, and then probably down to either here or Southern White House. So we're going to have a little fun. But it was a great honor to give out that plane. The technology is unbelievable. There's never been anything like it. It puts us 10 years ahead of any other country in terms of the fighter jets. Thank you very much. We'll see you later. Thank you.
Did you give Putin a deadline for the ceasefire?
Not a deadline, but I think we'll have one. I think, you know, they're going at it pretty heavy right now, as you probably saw, both of them. But I think we'll have it done fairly soon.
President Trump, did you fill out a NCAA March Madness bracket?
I didn't. I should have. Have there been upsets? A couple, right?
Yeah, but he really can't do that. You know how it is. They just say he copied Obama. I know it doesn't matter, but...
A little bit late.
Did you talk with Hegseth?
I can give you one, but maybe backdated, right?
Are you all concerned that anyone on those deportation flights on Saturday is not a gang member or does not belong in that prison? Are you concerned about
Well, they checked them very carefully. There's some bad people on those flights.
Why would you sanctions on Russia after Putin rejected your ceasefire offer?
He didn't reject anything, and they do have sanctions. They have a lot of sanctions. They have just about more sanctions than anybody.
Plans for the military?
It doesn't sound like this judge, who the DOJ is arguing with today about the deportation flights. He wants to know why the proclamation was signed in the dark, his words, and why people were rushed onto planes.
Because we want to get criminals out of our country, number one, and I don't know when it was signed because I didn't sign it. Other people handled it, but Marco Rubio's done a great job, and he wanted them out, and we go along with that. We want to get criminals out of our country.
If there was a flight...
Trump might be chained to Israel, but these leftists go over the top with the display. What is the bondage shit? Well, yeah, that's like a demented university thing that they do, and it doesn't really surprise me in the United States with these liberals. And Musk and Trump are right when they call it out and say a lot of it's paid for by NGOs, and you know, these people are going around terrorizing Tesla dealerships. You really can't even describe how ridiculous it is that Biden went around calling Republicans and MAGA like terrorists and white people terrorists and Republicans, and this ends up happening. I mean, what did Republicans even do? They boycotted Bud Light, and how dumb are these people? This is how fucking stupid these people are. They started comparing it. They're like, well, we're just boycotting Tesla like you boycotted Bud Light. When did any Bud Light factories get set on fire. You fucking idiot. What are your thoughts on the Groypers calling for Michael Knowles and Matt Walsh to leave Daily Wire? Yeah, I really don't like either of those two people, honestly. I don't care about that. I don't find him interesting. I think Walsh is an ass. Who cares if they're gang members or not? They're here illegally from El Salvador, deport them. Well, yeah, in El Salvador wants to take them back. They have the entire prison system and the infrastructure built up to be able to do it. So it's a match made in heaven, and they want to take them. Bukele is saying we want to take them back. So this is just the liberal judges. They have no power in Congress. They have none. So they have to try and impede Trump in some way. I really am shocked they didn't shut down the government just to cause a ruckus. I seriously am. And there are a lot of Democrats that are very angry that Schumer caved in because it was the exact same thing. It was basically the same funding as what it was under Biden when they agreed to it in December, that continuing resolution, the CR. But I'm shocked. They're trying to cling to whatever power they have to slow Trump down. They really don't care if they want the country to suffer. They need the country to suffer. Liberals need the country to suffer because of how chained they are to being against Trump. If Trump does well, that is horrible for them based on everything they've said about Trump, everything they've said about Musk. So it's a situation to where they're trying to find any little way to impede Trump's progress. When are the real files being released? What do you mean? The Epstein stuff? I can't tell you that. Or, I mean, there were some interesting you got to give Trump credit. They did declassify some interesting stuff on JFK. I think they're probably combing through it still, though. Did you see Joe Lenardi bitching about North Carolina making the tournament because he got his bubble teams wrong? DEI Lenardi, yeah, he's been a long time with the bracketology guy, but the bubbles this year was terrible, anyways. North Carolina did annihilate San Diego State, to be fair, in the first four. All you see on your timeline is liberals praying for a recession. It's so sad. Well, yeah, did you see the recent Fed predictions? They were like 2% GDP growth. I don't know if that's what's going to be. No, they got all excited because they saw the Atlanta Fed that said it was minus 2.5% quarter one, but apparently it might be like plus 2%. And look at the betting on the GDP growth in quarter one. It's like somewhere between +1 and +2. We might not even have a negative, let alone a recession, which is 2 quarters straight. We might not even have 1 quarter. It depends. But again, it's this turmoil right now with these tariffs. You get DoorDash all the time, but your words about not trusting people with your food has me scared. Well, I stopped doing that because I didn't trust people. I don't think anything happened to my food. But also think about, you don't want to get drinks. But also if you get, pizza. I used to always get pizza, never have a problem getting pizza. But DoorDash, when they have your drink, it's very easy to put something into a drink and you not realize it. And so it's like you're just trusting people. This is not something that I'm interested in doing. I would have to have a personal someone that would have to run out and get it. That's the only way I would do it. Like you could reserve someone that you would trust, but they don't allow you to do that. It's just random. So that's why I don't do that. And honestly, it's a waste of money. It's like $8 extra, and it's just not. It's laziness. But I guess if you're working and stuff, like, I used to do DoorDash during the election season and stuff because basically I could film a video in the morning and then get something while I'm filming that they're making the food, picking it up and delivering it. So, I would do 3 or 4 videos and it would be easier that way. Trump said during Department of Education destruction signing. He hopes he's around in a few years to see the results. Don't think he's up for a third term. Yeah, I mean, it's so far away. There's no point of even speculating a Trump third term until like after the midterms. If Republicans do really well in the midterms, I think there'll probably be noise about it if that happens. 2 12 seeds have advanced in the last 3 out of the last 4. Yeah, it is becoming the new meta to pick 2 12s over 5s. I think I picked well, Colorado State was a favorites, bro. That's the thing with these 12-5 matchups. The 12 seed sometimes is like a favorite. So it's like it's not even an upset. A 12 over 5 sometimes is not even an upset because Colorado State was a 12 and they were favorites. DoorDash women are hot. You must be getting different women than I got. Well, it's or Uber Eats, DoorDash, whatever the other fucking things are, Grubhub. DoorDash is a total ripoff. Yeah, I know. I mean, if you can afford to do it, I guess, but it's like those, you don't want to do that. And that's the thing is I just can't do it anymore. What is your current prediction for the future of the Rays? Well, they need to leave. They need to sell and leave. Sell and leave and go to Nashville. I think Orlando would be a step back for baseball. Thoughts on Wendy's and its downfall? The fast food place? Yeah, I mean, I haven't had Wendy's in forever. But I don't know about its downfall. Are they seriously doing very bad? I mean, they were always kind of like a second-rate fast food place in terms of popularity behind McDonald's. And, now Chick-fil-A has taken over to a degree in that realm as... Were you stressed during the election season making a lot of videos? No, not really. Not really. I had one day where it was like I had like an emergency, and I was still able to get videos up, but it was never really a big stress. I mean, it was a lot easier, honestly, to make those videos. You know how easy it is to make updates on, especially during that cycle, because it was basically always good news for Trump. I mean, I guess Harris came back in the middle, like in the summer, like late in the summer. But it's just like when you're getting these good polls, you can just cherry pick the polls. I mean, but the thing is honestly, I was really not even cherry picking them. I mean, these were good numbers for Trump throughout like the entire cycle. But like you just review polls, it's like the easiest thing ever. I can turn my brain off and just because it's just so easy. I mean, now you have to like analyze this shit, and it's like, well, now I have to analyze this war shit, and I'm getting half the views and stuff, which I like doing. It's not a problem, but. BK gets fallen off. Yeah, BK and Wendy's. I never got BK before. I never liked BK. I never liked BK. I never liked Taco Bell. I mean, these places, I gotta really get, eating down and start eating better and get into some type of routine, honestly. You just wanted to say a YouTuber is making a spam campaign against you. Yeah, who is it? Can you maybe tell me who it is? UCLA crushed Utah State. Yeah, I got that wrong. I got that really wrong. That was a good performance by UCLA. I mean, that's a 7v10 game. You don't expect to be that big of a blowout. Dude, these 16v1 games are just annihilations. Kentucky. I need Akron. Come on, Akron. Show for you page. Man, I've been getting like some weird. I mean, I'll show it in. I'm just gonna go through all my likes first. Those poll videos were once in a lifetime good ones. Yeah, I mean, and they were easy to produce too. That's the thing. What's your opinion on the job Tulsi Gabbard's doing? She hasn't really done much. You know what it is, dude? This is what I've been getting spammed with. Let me show you. I guess I'm not. It is getting a bit, you know, with people like this is what happens. These people, like, and this has happened at least 7 or 8 times. So they've created 7 or 8 different accounts. I would say in the span of like 2 days. I don't think it started happening until yesterday. But like, look at this. Join March 2025. These people are creating these accounts and they're just spamming me with like a duck and whatever. I mean, what is this? Honestly, it's not like, at least they're not calling me like anything bad. It's just, it's like 3rd grade trolling. But people are like, well, it's liberals. I'm like, maybe. I mean, but these people are creating like 6 accounts a day and just doing this. Thoughts on Chipotle? I mean, I like Chipotle, but I don't have it very often. Yeah, I guess Chipotle is solid food. It's just weirdo fans. August doesn't talk politics. Yeah, no, I saw that dude's channel and I was like a bit confused. It seems like he does, I don't know, just for whatever the hell that is, like the Mr. Beast type content. Yeah, don't search up Colorado again. Dude, what a joke that is, seriously. That is a joke. That should not even be a... How does Musk allow that to happen? I mean, seriously, that's a really bad look for the site. Somehow farming into sell, somehow making money with some other way. What are you talking about? Did you see AB Antonio Brown? But that's you understand that's not even Antonio Brown's account. That's the thing that I realized. It's not even Antonio Brown's account. It's kind of funny. But I got a bunch of these likes. Trump just revoked legal status of over 500,000, 530K. Haitians, Cubans, Nicaraguans, Venezuelans. So that should up the deportation numbers if they can actually get them out. 500,000? Do you like KFC? I mean, KFC is, you know, we had Boston, we used to have Boston Market near us. Boston Market is a good, Boston Market, it was a good place to eat at. It was like more clean type food, but KFC is similar to it. I mean, KFC it's just like fried chicken and stuff. It's like really greasy, and I don't really like that anymore. He's telling people to spam me on Discord. Well, what the fuck is this? I don't even know who this dude is. Stream 26. Yeah, it's been nice. You've seen him doing it with screenshots? Well, why don't you share the screenshots with me? Who is this individual doing this? And I'm not even sure who this is. What about my coins? Yeah, my coins are not doing well right now, man. The number went up to 790K a few minutes ago. Yeah, but do they have the resources to actually deport them? Yeah, I saw Elon Musk gave Kai Trump a Cybertruck, and people are, yeah, they're talking about it. Elon, oh, Elon, buddy. Why did we ever let Cuba go? It would have made a great state. I don't know if it would have made a great state, man. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I've heard a lot of people comment to me that we should make Cuba a state or take it back and then make it a territory. I mean, make it a territory similar to Puerto Rico, but what is it? It does when you have territories, it is advantageous because you get more military, like bigger military coverage. Come to Canada to find Mary Browns. Yeah, I don't know what that is. You like the idea of scaring them, but it doesn't seem sustainable. Yeah, well, the Trump administration is trying to say a lot of people have self-deported. I don't know if that's true or not. I've heard, yeah, I know a lot of people have said Cuba, but even before, like people say before the corruption. I don't know, think about Cuba, man. What do you think of the Trump administration asking for assistance on the Epstein files? Yeah, well, isn't that the recent thing that came out about that, or is that something that new that just happened? Maybe there's a new update. I'm afraid to search shit, honestly. Now I am afraid to search shit. I don't even. This was I don't think she talked about him. Yeah, I still have that neck pimple. No, it's actually gone away now. It's actually gone away. I'll be honest. It's gone away a little bit. It minimized itself. We need to take back. No, not the. You know how many? You know the population of the Philippines. Height reveal. I'm about 5'10" and a half. Honestly, I'm about 5'10" and a half. ESPN talks about Rodgers. I appreciate that 999. ESPN talks about Rodgers like he's an actual bad guy outside of football. Can tell they love slandering him. And now that he's washed, you're a Niners fan. You were never a fan, but it's so obvious. Yeah, I mean, obviously Rodgers is a libertarian, more on the right. And when you talk about the NFL, that's extremely liberal. ESPN, extremely liberal. They all fall into a box. And so anytime they have a chance, and it's all the writers too. All these writers are like white liberal guys. They're just really left. And so they'll slander Rodgers just to be able to do it because they don't like his politics and they didn't like that what he said about the vaccine and everything like that. And it was rumored that Rodgers was going to be RFK Jr.'s running mate. It didn't happen because he was, he's playing and everything. Can you summarize why MAGA thought Rubio was a bad pick? Well, it depends what type of MAGA segment you're talking about. Rubio is very aggressive in the Middle East in support of Israel. Seems like a great pick. I mean, Rubio comes off very well. He obviously has experience. He's a good politician, but he has a very high level of support for Israel that a lot of people don't like. And obviously Trump does. He's a heavy Zionist. I mean, did you see his reaction to the reporter right after? It might have been right after October 7th or like right after Israel launched a counter strike. I don't remember, but there was a very viral reaction. Bronny James, 17 points. That's got to be a troll, man. That's got to be a troll. Do you believe the French president's wife is a man? Candace Owens did 7 hours on it. There's some oddities for sure. I mean, I didn't watch what Candace Owens. I mean, maybe I watched a few segments, a few clips of what Candace Owens said. But I mean, they're not really refuting it or anything. But like, it's weird because you don't want to give it oxygen. You don't want to make it like a big story. So they're like, oh, we're not going to talk about it. Macron, I guess. But it is strange. And then they give like Candace Owens a cease and desist, or that might have ended up being fake. I don't know if that was fake or not. Favorite video to make? That's tough, man. I mean, this iceberg is really fun to make that I'm making on 9/11. I like doing this. This is an actual creative type endeavor here that I'm doing. So, and I might just upload it tomorrow. Ronnie really did score 17. I was kind of being sarcastic because it is surprising. But I mean, it's the end of the season, so they're giving him more playing time. The U.S. should have built a colonial empire after World War I and World War II. They had the opportunity but blew it. Although the British Empire ran things at the time. Yeah, not really after World War II. The United States was by far the #1 supreme power after World War II. We had more power right after World War II than we do now because of the amount of troops that the countries in Europe lost. And we kind of came out unscathed. I mean, we had a lot of air battles and obviously dropping the nukes. We didn't have to invade mainland Japan. But I mean, yeah, I mean, we could have taken over Japan if we wanted to. But I mean, it becomes unsustainable, those empires. I'm not huge into empires. I'll take like a Mongol land empire where it's all connected. But in terms of like, I mean, also the Pacific states, you'd be okay with taking, but like, oh, you know, we own Japan. I just, those type of empires would never work in the modern age. Akron takes the lead. Akron with an upset chance. Imagine I get this right. Dude, you gotta stop trolling me, man. I'm getting sick of it. It's a 10-point game. Actually, I thought they made a 3. Yeah, I'm gonna get all these games right. Well, I need Marquette to win too. If I can have Marquette to win, I'll be fine if if Marquette wins. And well, I mean, it's like all these games are so chalk. We're just going to have to see who ends up winning the national title. That's who's going to win the entire brackets because all these games are so chalk. Everyone's going to have like this around the same amount of points, I feel like. Rubio got 99 yes votes for confirmation hearing. Yeah, I know it's a bad thing, honestly, in Trump's administration because normally the Democrats are sticklers and they don't vote for Trump's nominations. So it is suspicious. You're right. But I mean, it's not surprising. They'll just say, oh, he's qualified and stuff. But obviously, he's a war hawk when it comes to Israel. PBD, when are you going to get the gifts from them? Yeah, well, he'll have to go on Rogan and give more gifts, I guess. These other countries took U.S. wealth because we let them. We can do that to them with tariffs and no trade deficits. We don't need them to join the United States. Yeah, and that's the thing is we don't want to dilute our own votes. I mean, you have all these people joining your country. You know, even if they join as territories, if you add a big, like, there's no way I would even come close to looking at the Philippines. The Philippines has a massive population. Even if you added the Philippines as a well, I guess it'd be easier to not make them a state because it could be like Puerto Rico. But it's just not realistic. Who was your champion pick? It was Houston. Wait till you find out that we were lied to about space, no moon landing. Bro, that seems like that's a 2016 ass comment. Wait until you figure out. Do a World War I iceberg, interesting suggestion. Everybody knows about World War II. Yeah, but the problem is World War II would get way more views. I mean, World War I would be an iceberg maybe after I do World War II. World War II is just, you know, I know way more about World War II as well. I mean, I know pretty much everyone knows more about World War II, but I would rather start with a World War II iceberg. SPX and Fartcoin, did they go up? Well, that's good news. From what I've been seeing, these coins have not been doing jack shit. I don't know if the big dogs went up. Do you think one day we'll get an anti-Israel government? It takes a long, long time to do that. But these are all rhinos, the neocons, older liberals. I mean, the younger liberals are more anti-Israel. Obviously, younger conservatives are more anti-Israel. We can't deport people who will pick the strawberries. You're racist, Starby. You're racist. How dare you? Wait until you learn about the ice wall. Yeah, the ice wall is that's a YouTube video for me to do. I'll go visit it. Show the bitch in the wheelchair. I already showed that. But there's like music to it, so I don't want to get copyrighted. Time to get rid of the salary cap in the NBA. Time for super teams. Well, the NBA has worse problems than that. The NBA has a really major pace of the players. It's not that they play too fast, but there's little defense. There's too many threes. There's way too many points. The game is bloated. That's the problem. World War I is hardly ever talked about here in the US. World War II is the trend, mainly due to all the footage we got, and also because it was more of a direct war, and you're talking about the Soviet Union versus Nazi Germany, the US directly facing the Empire of Japan. Show my cat. My cat's not in here right now. I might be. I'll be probably gonna be able to get my cat later if you want. Did you see I played it. Did you AOC say Democratic Party of that farts? And she went to say fights and then she corrects it. Yeah. A little mess up. Why are major sports so political and liberal? Because it's all black athletes. Demon Rats, thank you for the $2 donation. Yeah, my cat voted for Hillary in 2016. My cat's a liberal who has been hating on my channel. So is my dog's a liberal. Is my sound better? Okay, here's the thing. So I have the pop filter on. Is the sound better, worse, or the same? I'm not doing a poll, but just say. You still have a perfect women's bracket? Yeah, that's because it's there's no upsets in the women's. Same. What a waste of money. It's the same. Well, I mean, I got it on right now. Why don't we own everything in the Caribbean off our shores? Because I guess it would cause global disruption. But I mean, it's like Greenland. We need to just take it, you know? Tucker was right when he says we should shut the fuck up about being with Stalin. Well, the U.S. was allies with the Soviet Union. That is true. Stalin did cause a man-made famine because of, they call it on purpose, in 1932, and it's like 3 to 7 million Ukrainians died. What's wrong with these libs? Trump is a sweet old man. Yeah, I do. The whale enters. The whale has entered the stream. Your sound is usually lower than the commercials volume. Yeah, you mean this? I know it is. The clips. Show Joe Lenardi. Why? What is Joe Lenardi angry or something? Like, this is like, people are really fixated on Joe Lenardi here. Yeah, but I don't think only one team in the net era has ever gotten an at-large bid with just a single quad one win. 2 games later, North Carolina is the only one. But he's not really raging, though. People keep saying he's raging. How is he raging? Come on, man. We need Akron to come back. We need Marquette to come back. These two games, we know they're not going to be up. We know who's winning these two games. Come on. Stalin was far worse than Hitler. Well, he murdered a lot more, but he did have a longer period to do it. But in general, I mean, I just hate communism. What was up with the stream last night? Yeah, you can blame X for that, honestly. I hope Akron wins. You are rooting for your... no, I'm not from Akron, but I did pick them because they make a lot of threes in an upset. You got to pick a 14 over a 3 to make it entertaining. Troy keeping it interesting. Yeah, but they're going to lose. They're going to lose. Huh. You're kidding. Wait, the eggs are lower? The eggs are... I don't know if this is right. The eggs are under $3 already? Yeah, they never should have taken that stance. We got to use this against them. They're the ones that did this. They said, oh, Trump the egg prices, Trump. But this is the thing with these short-term, economic situations. Thoughts on Ben Shapiro saying it doesn't matter who killed JFK? Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's a brutal statement. It's basically admitting we know what it's admitting. He's like, you know what? Now that this has come out, it actually doesn't matter. Who cares now? I mean, that Daily Wire is they're taking a beating right now. You invested in it. You got rug pulled. You got rug pulled, bro. When did you buy eggs at $6? You're down 200% now. Maybe a little bit less. They're at $3. You got rug pulled by eggs. Dude, I invested into eggs. I made a round trip. I invested into eggs right here. I round tripped to the eggs. Unfortunately. Just like I round tripped Epstein. I wonder what happened to Epstein coin. I don't want to look at that coin, man. That coin's probably at like 70K. Oh, do a Jew iceberg. I don't think that's something that's that is permissible. But they do allow you to do certain things on YouTube now. Like I'm able to upload certain videos that are... Pete Hegseth has a Twitter poll. The problem is these guys all have like 3 different accounts. It's like the Department of Defense, Department of War. Department of War seems like you want to go to war. I don't know. It's literally 50-50. You play COD World at War. Last mission was the only time it was proud to be a communist. Yeah, with the Reichstag. That was a fun mission. Going inside the Reichstag. What do you think of Zero Tax? Yeah, dude, you want to know a story with that coin? Dude, I gotta stop doing this. I wonder where this coin is right now, because I probably made one of the dumbest decisions. I'll tell you right now. If it's it's at 89K. Yeah, but I lost like $500. I bought and then sold, because, I heard a rumor that Trump was going to announce zero tax on crypto. And so, honestly, the thing is, people are misinterpreting what like the zero tax on crypto would be. I think it's zero tax on trades. Like, so when you cash it out, you're still going to be taxed. but there's not going to be taxed on transactions. So if you like, because right now, if you buy like $5,000 worth of Ethereum and then you sell it for Solana, that's taxable. The idea is to make that not taxable, but then when you cash it out, it's still taxable to USD, like through a centralized exchange. I think that's what it is, but yeah, I like, let's just see this. Let's just take a look at this. I don't know about this one. Oh, okay, 100K, down 9%. I mean, listen, just let it hang around 100K. It'll hang around, but we need this to happen before those tariffs go into place, because this coin would get crushed. It'd probably go down to 50K if those tariffs happen on April 2nd. I mean, let it accumulate, then we can get out of it. $150K and under, no taxes. Well, that's just in general. That's not based on crypto. You want a World War II iceberg because you believe Hitler escaped to Argentina? It's very unlikely. You have to look at Hitler's health at the end of 1944. He had Parkinson's. He was not in a good place. He was aging very badly. People think like he was still. It's just people have this thought in their head. I mean, you could technically make an argument because there was no total conclusive evidence of his body being recovered that he escaped. But even if he did, living with Parkinson's in the 40s and the 50s was not a fun time. Do you think Vivek can pass zero income tax in Ohio? Probably. I mean, it depends how it, like, our income tax is only 3%. I mean, I think it'd be a lot more challenging if it was like 5% or 7% like other states. 3%, yeah, you could probably do it. Society needs a New Mexico win. Bro, you got like New Mexico going to the Final Four. Calm down. Come on, man. And this will be changed. You need your $5,000 check. Well, we'll have to see what happens. I mean, I think they're gonna announce something this week or next week. I don't know. I might have to buy that dividend coin. Maybe that's what I should buy. Buy low, sell high. Buy high, sell low. It makes total sense. Yeah, if there's an announcement, man, you could get like a 5 or a 6x off of this. There's an announcement. I mean, I'll tell you what. All of these news-based, this is the Trump administration news-based coins. Epstein files, JFK files, Fort Knox coin, Doge dividend coin. All these coins are the exact same thing. They all sit around like 50 to 150K market cap. And then if there's news, they'll do a 4x, or they'll do a 4x in anticipation. And then when the news comes out, they'll dump below where they were at before. It's always the same thing. Picked all 4 16 seeds to the Final Four. But the 16 seeds got ass blasted in this tournament. I don't know if the 16 seeds have ever lost this badly. I mean, all these 16 seeds are just getting... They always lose, obviously, but they're getting a night. I mean, Houston won by 38. Duke, I think, won by like 45 or some shit. Duke might have won by like 44 points, I think. You put $50 in Doge dividend, that's the kind of coin you need a stop market order to catch the spike. Minutes will count. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know if that one spike on Epstein was real or not. Do you think this spike was real? Because sometimes this glitches. You think this spike was real right here? I mean, it says it spiked from like 100K. Maybe it was a trading bot. I don't know if that's real. Because again, with these charts, it'll glitch. It was like 2 seconds. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Now, I knew my chat would be on the same page with me on this Matt Walsh take. Matt Walsh he just looks like an asshole. He just looks like a miserable person. People are like, oh, he's based. But it's all the same grift. It's like, oh, you're saying that we're settlers and we weren't immigrants. But it doesn't even matter for immigrants because all the immigrants were all white people. When you think of immigrants nowadays, you think of, oh, it's diversity. But the immigrants in the 17 and 1800s were all white people. So are they really, I mean, yeah, if we get more of those immigrants, I guess. But it's like, but Walsh is like, he just looks like an ass to me. But people seem to like him. I don't know. These 16 seeds are gonna this is gonna be another 100-point loss, or excuse me, 30-point loss. Boy, Troy is getting destroyed. Boy, RB, your Marquette pick or your New Mexico pick is on life support. Your New Mexico pick, you're losing. You're losing to Marquette. I got Marquette going to the Sweet 16. I'm pretty happy. They're about to win. Walsh was a key player during the height of the culture war. Yeah, I mean, I guess with those movies. Show Andrew Tate tweets. I'm gonna come on, man. Come on with the Andrew Tate stuff. It's enough with this. Probably means well, but he's full of himself. You don't mind Charlie Kirk as much. Yeah, well, Charlie has this, the Zionist thing attached to him. I mean, Charlie, at least his arguments are fine. He definitely knows his stuff, but he does those campus arguments. Did you see the recent Charlie Kirk clip where the black kid claimed he just blatantly lied, said he was like it was like Jesse Smollett 2.0 literally, and Charlie Kirk called him out on it, and it was a good clip by Kirk. Like, he really grilled him. He's like, no, if it's true, we're gonna take this to, I'll get the president involved. It was just funny to see. It was like a really, really good moment to where he just dug in on the kid because the kid was blatantly lying about like MAGA supporters being racist to him. Candace Owens' husband being an American citizen. I think she tweeted about it. It is apparently like doing it the right way. It is pretty hard to become an American citizen. It takes a long process. Would you support Chief Wahoo being brought back? I mean, yeah, I'd be fine with it, obviously. I mean, I think the Indians was a good name. I don't think there was anything racist about the name Indians. It's like, it's a tribe. But there's nothing racist about that. And the name they got now, I mean, if they would have changed it to a decent name, I guess it's, I'm not one that's really like, oh, I'm not going to follow the team or I'm going to hate the team now because they changed their name. But they changed it to such a shitty, like, third grade name. The Guardians, it's just such a crap name. You saw a short clip of that dude was full of shit, and then, yeah, he really just went in on him. Did you ever play Fortnite? No, I didn't. I'm not a fan of games like that. I mean, that's a battle royale, third person, and it's like a cartoon game. I remember when that was really big in like 2018, but I never really played it. The right acts just as woke with the whole anti-Semitism stuff. I mean, not really. What about what anti-Semitism against Israel? I mean, there's a large segment of the right wing that doesn't really view Israel as a supportive, something we should support. But with the left wing, it's always about, you know, anti-Semitism and racism, and they call everything racist. The right doesn't do that. I mean, and that's a specific issue too. It doesn't encompass, the Israel issue doesn't encompass the right, like, just the modern DEI acceptance of the left. The Guardians sound like a crappy indoor soccer team name. Yeah, well, the thing is, when you change names, it's going to sound bad at first because people are not used to it. And then but the Guardians legit is not a good name. I also think the Commanders is a bad name as well. I never really liked the Commanders name. And also, they don't even have a good logo. It's just the W, and it doesn't even look good. Do a poll on Israel support. I did do a poll on Israel support a few days ago. It was like 50-50. With my audience, about 50-50 on Israel support. I think I just asked, do you support Israel? Off the Grid is the best battle royale game. You can earn crypto too. Have you seen the gaming crypto market? It's gotten annihilated. That was one of the thing, you know, there's these trends with these categories, and it just depends which one's going to run. The gaming category has gotten, everyone thought gaming was going to be next, and it's gotten, I mean, maybe it'll still have a run, but wow, has it gotten destroyed. AI got destroyed too, but AI went on a run at least. Gaming really didn't run at all. You didn't see the poll, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have sided on a hard no support of Israel. Yeah, I mean, it definitely is shifting, I think. I did show that clip of Trump announcing the F-47. You might have missed it. I showed it like towards the beginning of the stream. It was the clip where they asked him about March Madness, if that was it. I mean, my For You page, man, we'll take a look at it, but the stealth bomber. Man, that looks like some Jason Bourne shit. This has been the most unentertaining round of 64. Yeah, I mean, I think it was kind of expected to be not entertaining unless there's a crazy upset tonight. You think GTA 6 will implement crypto, make their own coin? Yeah, that would be bad for me. Well, actually, I don't think it would matter because I'm into GTA 6 coins. Obviously, they would go down if that happened. But that probably wouldn't happen until the game came out. But I'm not even sure they would do that because crypto is so up and down, volatile. Dude, I'm not gonna be talking about age of consent, man. Come on. Akron getting mollywopped? Yeah, you're yeah, so is New Mexico, bro. Come on, bro. You don't act like you didn't pick New Mexico. You're getting crushed. You're pissed off. New Mexico is something. Listen, when you have a team like, how many threes have they made? That's the question. They're 3 of 11. They need to make threes. Make threes. Yeah, these games are not, this is not great for, but it's going to set up good second round games. I think that's the cope. Look at this, though. What is going on in Canada? This is good for Trump. This is good for Trump. Yeah, dude, I forgot to tell you guys. Somebody finally asked Trump, you know, if Canada became a state, they'd be very liberal. Maybe we shouldn't do that. And then Trump was like, well, you know, we don't know. They might be conservative. But it was like finally some, and Trump just gave a non-answer completely. But I don't even think Trump wants Canada. I think it's more for leverage now that I think about it. Imagine being such a loser you can't see you're in a cult of Trump. Hey, I think I saw you on the news keying the Tesla with a swastika sign. Yeah, I saw you. I remember that. Oh, no. We're a cult. You're right. The Democrats would never do something like that. No. You firebombed the one Tesla, right? No. I'm sorry. I must have messed it up. Gen Z is obsessed with anime. I don't watch anime, honestly. Did you see Happy Gilmore trailer too? Yeah, I saw it. I mean, we'll see. You know, it's unfortunate it's on Netflix. It's not even, they don't even release it in theaters. It's always on Netflix. When does DG3 come out? It already came out. It was a stealth launch. France will take the Statue of Liberty back. Oh my god. France is going to take it back from us. Well, they're going to have to come over and get it. They're going to have to come over and get it. Yeah, Alpha Gen. Wait, is Gen Alpha obsessed with Fortnite still? Is Fortnite still big with kids? Thought it went away. But what do kids even play now? Is it Fortnite? Remember they used to play Fall Guys. This is some other game I forget where you find people hide and seek. Piles of kids didn't become LGBT naturally during the pandemic. Yeah, well, they got sheltered and then joined communities, and it's not good. I mean, you know, I'd like to see the numbers. You always see these numbers of like the amount of trans people there are now. It's like up 5,000%. The amount of LGBT kids, and then they're like, well, it's because it's more accepting. Well, there's no way it's that big of an increase because people are more accepting of it. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, I guess there'd be a little bit of an increase if people are more accepting and you could be out about it, but it's that much of a percentage. It's not a legitimate argument. Thoughts on Sneeko versus Fresh boxing coming up? Oh, I'm not sure about that one, man. I don't know about that one, bro. You will suspend military aid to America. The $47 are not. We're not going to be getting the $47. Oh, what will we ever do without all the French military aid? Myron called out Andrew Schultz. Well, yeah, Andrew Schultz needs to just stop. It's not going well for him. He's fighting a losing battle. He really is, but he's also a comedian. I mean, it's just not going to end well for him. Were you surprised Trump won the popular vote? I remember you predicted a Harris. No, I actually predicted Trump to win the popular vote by like 0.5, if I remember. But it's not that important. But I mean, I was surprised like at how much of a beating it was. Because I thought even if Trump was going to win the popular vote, it would have, and I guess it got close towards the end because I mean, how late in the game did they count those votes from California? They really helped Harris get closer in terms of the popular vote. Trump was up by like 3 with the popular vote at like 4 or 5 a.m., the day after the election. And then Harris brought. I was surprised at how much of a blowout it was. But I predicted Trump to win all the swing states. But I still was surprised. Like the states I was surprised with was Florida and Texas mainly, more so Texas, and then obviously New Jersey with how close it was. You could say Arizona being a 5.6-point win. Opinion on Brown's new stadium. I mean, honestly, it's kind of. I don't think it's gonna age very well. It looks like a friggin' barn. People say it looks decent. I mean, I don't know, man. The problem is they have to build it into the ground. When you build it into the ground, it takes away from like the grandiose factor of it. Help us defeat Russia and save Ukraine. You're not fighting, right? Neither of us are fighting Ukraine, man. Neither of us are fighting Ukraine. Where there's nothing to save. There's going to be a peace deal. So you want to launch an offensive in East? Do you want to launch an offensive in eastern Ukraine to get that land back? It's not going to be happening, man. Thoughts on Ukraine war? It needs to end, and it's going to end. There's just a lot of moving parts right now. Your bracket is cooked. No, it's not. My bracket has, I think, all of the Sweet 16 teams are still in. So how would my bracket be cooked exactly? Actually, except for Akron, because Akron's going to lose. But I mean, really, just how many of your Final Four teams do you have? How many of your Elite Eight teams? That's where you really make the points. Looks like the Tulum version of Indy Stadium, Lucas Oil. Nah, Lucas Oil has like a brick exterior. Lucas Oil is different. It just looks like, it's just not nothing special about it. It's like people were saying it looks like a mega church. It does kind of look like a mega church, honestly. Good win by Ole Miss. Yeah, and North Carolina tried coming back in that game. It was like 50-30 at one point. North Carolina mounted a bit of a comeback, but Ole Miss was in control of that full game. That was a good win. People forget the French army was whooped by the Germans in World War II. I mean, I think a lot of people remember that. That's why they always get made fun of for surrendering quickly. Do you really think we'll have a crypto bull run? I think we will. It's going to be late this year, though. It's going to be later. Hopefully, dude. I've seen some people say some really bearish things about crypto, though. But I'm still hopeful it's going to happen. You're just trolling. You used my picks. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I understand, you get some games wrong, but really with things like this, when you're a vet with this type of stuff, it's as long as you have your Final Four teams, it's because the way the system works is it's just so much more advantageous to like predicting first round games. You get like 10 points total. If you get like a Final Four team right, you get so many more. Can you check Elon Musk updates? I mean, what do you want me to check here? Do you want me to freaking see if he's, having another kid or something? It's like Jameis Winston to the Giants.
Cell phones also produce electromagnetic radiation, which has been shown to do neurological damage to kids when it's around them all day. And to cause cellular damage and even cancer. So, a cell phone use and social media use on the cell phone has been directly connected with depression, with poor performance in schools, with suicidal ideation, with substance abuse, and it's the other countries that have done this. The states that are doing this have found that it is a much healthier environment when kids are not using cell phones at schools.
Mr. Secretary, you've talked
about...
And
the teachers loved it.
I bet.
Yeah, the parents...
I thought a lot of that wasn't true about the radiation that cell phones caused. But no, I mean, this is right. The cell phones need to be taken out of the schools or they need to be put in... Even kids in, like, middle school and high school, they need to be put away. You know, I'd be pissed about that if I was if I was in high school. You know, when you're done with school, you can say it. No, these phones need to be put away with the kids. I mean, it's not good for them. Why do you think liberal trolls are so inconsistent? It seems like some streams there are only a few or none, and other streams the chat is almost entirely trolls. I really haven't had a bad chat in a while. The last time I had a bad chat was when there was that stock market stream. That was a bad chat. I really haven't had a bad chat. I mean, there'll be like a few trolls, but when it starts like, I can tell when it gets bad. But to me, I don't think I've had a bad chat. I mean, some of these guys will just say it's funny shit, and it's not a big issue. But in terms of actually having a bad chat, it's been a while. Yeah, I heard the radiation thing was not real because they said even if you have it in your pocket, it's bad. Remember, they're like, it's so close to your balls. If it's in your pocket, it causes you to be infertile. But I don't think that's true. Thoughts on Jameis to the Giants? Is that seriously their starter now? The Giants are screwed, man. They're probably going to take Shador. Because they were going after Aaron Rodgers. They'll take Shador. They got Jameis starting for them now. Are you a troll? No, you're not a troll, Jason. How many liberals are in your chat normally? Very, very low amount. Very low amount. Yeah, that's true. He does count any criticism against Trump as trolling. Aaron Rodgers, you're saying he could retire? He should retire, I think. I mean, what is he going to go to the Steelers? I can pretty much guarantee you the Steelers will be 7-10, and it'll be a wasted season. And he'll do all right. I mean, it's like Aaron Rodgers needs to just retire, and he'll probably try and enter politics or something. Honestly, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Let's see. I need Texas Tech to go on a run. NCAA tournament winner. Duke still looks good. I mean, if Houston beats Gonzaga, they're going to shoot way up. I know that. If Houston beats Gonzaga. Do you know who Harry Sisson is? Yeah, the kid with the, he had the issue with texting, asking for girls for nudes and shit. Wasn't Rodgers trying to be RFK's VP? No, I don't think it was ever going to happen. It was rumored. Yeah, because Rodgers is like this libertarian who was like, had the exact same stance as RFK on the shot. But it was during the season, so it was never really going to happen. But it was rumored at a certain point that it was going to be Rodgers and RFK. But then he ended up going with Shanahan. Would you move to Texas? It's too hot in Texas, man. Biden deathbed stream. Dude, you want to know something funny? I was looking through my streams, and I was watching a little of that stream. I normally don't watch my previous streams. I saw that stream. I was like, I think I started that stream at like 1 a.m. or something. I had my glasses on, and then because I had taken my contacts out. That was a crazy rumor. I do remember that. It seemed like a legit rumor, but it was like Laura Loomer bullshit, you know? I mean, how real can that be? Who's your Final Four? It's the 3 1 seeds and then Texas Tech. So Florida's the only 1 seed I didn't pick. Texas Tech over Florida. Thoughts on what happened with the Department of Education? You feel like the system is fixed? Well, I mean, there's always going to be, you do certain things, there's pros, there's cons. They're saying, well, now there's not going to be funding for some kids and things like that. All we know is that they put in the Department of Education, they spend billions upon billions of dollars, and the test scores go down. And there's a number of reasons as to why that is. It's not just the fact that it went in, but, it becomes more of a state thing now. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, they couldn't have gone on with the Department of Education the way something had to change. Whether they changed the way the department worked or they got rid of the department completely, based on the trajectory of these kids. And it only got worse with COVID. Obviously, I mean there's been kids that they can't read at like first grade levels in third grade. Thoughts on Jagmeet Singh? Yeah, the dude from Canada. This guy, he must be useless in Canada. He was 2 days ago. He literally said we're not going to have an election for like months, and then yesterday they announced it's in a month. So he just got completely undercut. He's like a mouthpiece. He's just a mouthpiece. He's just a super progressive party with no power. Keep your stream streak. You've been here all 20. I think it's 26 I've been. 26 straight. There's no great movies anymore. It's garbage. You mainly watch shows on HBO. I agree with you there. There really aren't any good movies. I guess it just doesn't. It is crazy how bad the movies are. Like, they can't even produce one mega movie a year. Oh, it's Avatar. Come on. Like, they can't even produce. I mean, and if you get a good movie like what we saw in the early 2010s, I mean, these movies are impressive, but now it's just. The UK warns citizens to not come to the United States due to changes in immigration law. In terms of what? They did not come to the United States for vacation? See, I mean. What's your best bracket? It's at like 83, I think. My brackets have not, but it's really irrelevant. Oh, come on, man. Come on. This is not looking good. But this can be recovered. This can be recovered. This can be recovered. We got a second chance bracket. 73, 73, 35. I guess 74, 74. I'll do the second chance bracket on Monday. Dune 2? I could never get into the Dune movies, honestly, man. It's like what is that one movie, Tenet? I mean, what are these movies, man? It's like these movies used to be Interstellar, they used to be The Martian, they used to be Prometheus. And now it's like Dune, and it's like they used to be Inception. Now what is this bullshit? It's like Dune. It's like, what? This isn't even that good. I mean, let's be honest. Yahoo reported, I know I talked about it, over 500K. So that'll help with the deportation numbers if they can deport them properly. It's going to cost money, though. I mean, Trump just revoked, it's 500K. Maybe not. Somebody said it was 800K. Someone said it's 800K people being deported, hopefully. That'll help the deportation numbers. Should I tweet that out? Should I just tweet out, Trump just announced he's deporting 800,000 people? That'll help the deportation numbers. See what people say. Did you see the Musk v. Burr's wife tweets? No, I didn't see that. They're going at each other. You liked Oppenheimer? Yeah, a little bit of a letdown. John Wick 4. Yeah, I saw John Wick. Yeah, those movies are entertaining. People are overhyping the liberal thing in Canada. This happened in 93 and 88. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care if the liberal or conservative wins. I think the conservative will probably win all the year. But, I mean, it would be better for Trump if the liberal won, honestly. I do believe that. But it's not a huge difference either way. H-bar or Cardano? Bill Burr has the biggest fall off you've ever seen. Well, he's just turned into like a liberal. And the thing is normally these comedians, well, I don't know. Normally they don't go this crazy liberal, especially if they were not like that before. But his wife is impacting him for sure. But now he's saying things that don't even make sense about Elon Musk and women. And it's just like, oh, Elon Musk doesn't, like, what are you talking about, man? He's like, now it's all the nerds running things and they're going to go to a different planet and leave us here. What? Like, but he's like trying to be funny, but it's just, it comes off really like he's jealous of Musk and it's not good. Will Canada become the new India? I thought they were reining in their immigration. I mean, but who knows if the liberal wins? Because I didn't wasn't there a report that I think I have it on here? It's on one of my liked videos. It's probably down farther though. Paul Vieira was talking about it. Oh, this was just deporting any new. I thought it was something else. I thought it was about them getting more immigrants, deporting any newcomer living in Canada on a visa who breaks laws. He's trying to ramp things up because he's starting to, you know, the election's upcoming. When are we taking Western Canada? It's very, it's very complicated. I don't think they're going to end up taking it, honestly. But we'll see what happens with this election. We'll see what happens with the tariffs. That's really, I think, what it comes down to. I mean, Trump keeps saying he wants to take it. When is the Fort Knox? I mean, it'll happen when it happens. It'll happen when it happens. I can't give you a prediction on it. Mark Carney was a speaker for the Century Invite, which wants to double Canada's population. That's what it was. That's exactly what it was. It was about doubling Canada's population. That is crazy. They're going to vote for that? Oh, man. Well, that's going to end up becoming a problem at the border if they actually do implement that, because that's all third world immigrants. Double their population. And honestly, they do not have a big population based off of their land. Not even close. But for them, it's like they're already so... Like, they're going to be effed if they do that. Their culture is going to be fucked. But, I mean, the thing is like, their land per person is so bad. I mean, and a lot of it is, it's too cold to live in anyways, but... Alberta is the first domino. Yeah, I know. I do think there would be a big... If Alberta went, Saskatchewan would go. I don't know about anything else. Maybe, you know, they say Manitoba, and it would be those three. They're probably getting the gold back right now, wherever it was, and then they're going to go and check. But I just want them to announce something, because I have that coin. But that coin's been tanking as well, the Knox coin. Yeah, I mean, these coins are all the exact same. They all accumulate around 100K, 50K, whatever. And it's accumulating around 100K. And then you get an announcement, you get a spike to like 600K, and you get a 6x, basically. Trump and Musk land in New Jersey. Yeah, Trump said they were going there. They're trying to hit 100 million by 2050. Yeah, Shawshank Redemption's a classic movie for sure. Paul Vier made a stance against Trump appealing to East Canada, same party. Yeah, I know, but but the thing is Trump is this is the problem. He's in a horrible spot. Think about it. Think about it. You can't back up what Trump is saying. Trump is legit saying he wants to take over the country. How big of a cuck would you have to be as a conservative to say, yeah, I agree with the conservative in the United States. We should just let him take over Canada. You can't say that. So really, Trump has made it, and this is why the polls are what they are, and it got closer because Trump did make it very hard on the Conservative Party in Canada. But I think it's better. I think it's better for Trump to be dealing with liberals than conservatives because conservatives are going to galvanize, and they have the whole Canada First thing. But like, dude, that is a legit no-win situation for him for their Conservative Party if you think about it. There are a lot of Chinese and Indians in Vancouver. They've overrun British Columbia and Western Canada. Yeah, but not certain areas of Western Canada. But I agree with you. British Columbia is. I mean, Vancouver is. I've heard it's a cesspool. I've heard Vancouver, Toronto are both cesspools. Will there be sell-offs in anticipation of? Yeah, dude, you want to know the problem with crypto with any of these like anticipated tariffs? Crypto really has it's a double negative. When is April 2nd? Please don't let it be a Saturday. Oh God. Or no, it would not be a Saturday, but is it April 2nd a Thursday maybe? Because the thing is you just don't want it to happen, and then the stock markets would be closed, and then when it opens on Monday, it's just down. Like, the problem with crypto is it'll immediately react. When the stock market is closed, crypto will react to whatever happens, and then it'll also get hit when the stock market opens really down. So it gets hit with a double whammy. But yeah, there'll be a sell-off, I think, 100%. I mean, it's just based on the tariffs and stuff. I would really love for the Fort Knox situation to happen, the Epstein stuff to come out, or this Doge dividend. Something has to happen within the next, hopefully, week. I mean, whenever the April 2nd is. Would you rather buy GameStop stock or Solana, just Solana in general? I don't know what GameStop stock is at, but Solana probably won't even do like a 6x, honestly, this cycle. It might go to 1,000. That might be like a 7x. Dude, you talk about Andrew. Did you see Andrew and Tristan Tate suing people online because they said? I mean, that's to me that's really weak. But I guess I don't know. I heard they were suing people online. They were suing accounts, small accounts that said bad things about them. I mean, they do have a ton of haters. It's on a Wednesday, April 2nd. Yeah, I mean, middle of the week. I like your trolling. You're acting like New Mexico won. Well, let's act like New Mexico won to make you feel good. We'll act like they won. Yeah, New Mexico. I mean, when I saw that, I was like, there's no way they're going to come back. Should be a small sell-off on tariffs because it's already expected. Yeah, that's not how it works, unfortunately. But I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. But dude, it's like the tariff thing. People always say that, and then there's a big sell-off. Or I don't know if you want to classify it as big. I mean, the stock market, it's always a lot more easy to deal with. I mean, this is a good day for, this was a good week for the stock market. I'll show you guys. Nvidia went down. Maybe it wasn't that good of a week, honestly. Yeah, that's the month performance. Tesla down 30%. I think Tesla had a better day. 1 week, Tesla did nothing. Yeah, Tesla was up about 5.5% today. I mean, it's just stagnating right now. We have to just get out of this tariff. It's really just the unknowns about the tariffs. Will liberals riot tomorrow over the 500K? I mean, it's all paid for anyways. It's all fake bullshit. I don't really have any reaction when these people riot. It doesn't matter. They just riot over everything Trump does, no matter what he does. So it's like, who cares? Semiconductor. I mean, how big is that market cap for Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing? Holy shit. Buy Tesla. I mean, yeah, Tesla will go back. Tesla's down right now, but I mean, Tesla was already priced so high to begin with because when Trump won, Tesla boomed because Musk was going to be involved. And then it tanked back down. DraftKings has Duke plus 310. Yeah, I mean, Duke just annihilated Mount St. Mary's. I mean, that was a very ugly game. RSP in the S&P 500 equal weight ETF has the top. Yeah, that's a good metric, RSP. Well, it's because Elon Musk bought Kai Trump a new Cybertruck or something. F47 should be a meme coin. It is a pretty sweet name for a coin, honestly. The market cap is $125. Or I don't know if I've seen a market cap. Dude, what in the... You can't even call it a rug. I mean, the thing didn't even... This is some... Oh, man. Come on, bro. $125 market cap. Seems like my coin. Buy now. I mean, I would own the entire supply. I would own the entire. You can't even buy that. There's no liquidity in it. Tesla will boom again after the tariff sets in. Yeah, it will, 100%. Well, this is just the initial. People are going to look back on this and be like, remember how crazy liberals were for burning down fucking Tesla stations? These people say they love the environment. But I mean, they're calling Musk a Nazi. Like, how you can't be taken seriously, man. It just, it doesn't even make any sense. It's yours if you buy it. Yeah, I could own the entire supply right now. American freed from Taliban home. Sean, you're a good man. You're a patriot. Lockheed Martin taking after Boeing surprised outbid them. Where's the defense sector? Yeah, down 6%. Aerospace and defense. What is Optimus exactly? Is that their robot? I want to make sure that, because that's another thing that I think, but unfortunately I think that thing might be at like 10 million. It's like their robot or some shit. $1.7 million. 200K. Damn, 200K for Musk's robot. Damn, that's an amazing accumulation. Marquette lost. Yeah, I know. I had Marquette going into the Sweet 16 as well. I'm pissed off about it. Oh my, there's no upsets in this. There's not even an 8v9 upset. Was there? So there's 0-2. Well, I guess Bryant might win, but that's unlikely. So obviously no 1v16. There was no 14 over 3s. There was no 14 over 3s either. Was there even a 13 over a 4? I don't even think there was a 13 over a 4. Wow. Europe doesn't have any decent military equipment. Well, Europe is been mired in this modern liberalism, so they finally realize, with really the United States saying you can't depend on us anymore. It's really Trump. They should thank Trump. You can't depend on us anymore. You need to rearm yourselves. And also, it's also Russia. They're very scared of Russia. They're like, now we have to really ramp up our defense spending. Chalky year. Yeah, really chalky year. Yeah, you could say, you know, these games are probably going to be good. It wouldn't shock me if McNeese... I need Purdue to win, though, because I do have Purdue, but I had Purdue facing the 5 seed, but Purdue's 5.5-point favorites. I need St. John's to win. I need Michigan to win. They're 2.5-point underdogs. I need Texas Tech to win really bad. I need Auburn to win. I need BYU to win. I need Houston to win really bad. And I need Tennessee to win. So if all those teams win, then I get everyone. I've gotten everyone right. Now, the Sunday games, it's going to be a little bit harder. I need Duke to win. I need Florida to win. I need Alabama to win. I don't know about this game. I need Iowa State to win. I need Maryland to win. Yeah, I mean, I could still be fine, honestly, when you look at this. Thoughts on Elon's new tweets? I mean, what do you want me to announce? He went to the bathroom or something? I mean, this is like... almost $1 billion of taxpayer money. What about Trump's gold card apparently generating us $5 billion in revenue? Did you hear that? The first week of Trump's gold card, it's generated $5 billion. I'm not a big fan of the gold card. I just, but I mean, you know, it depends how much money I guess it can make us. NIL might wreck Cinderella stories, their best players. Well, this year was really bad in terms of how lopsided the talent was, for sure. I mean, these 13 seeds, the 16 seeds just got obliterated. Even the 15 seeds, I mean, Omaha was kind of competitive for a little bit, but even the 15 seeds got pretty much annihilated. You don't hate McNeese in the 12v4, but Purdue looked good. Yeah, I hope Purdue wins. I mean, you know, McNeese could easily win that game, though. You don't like the gold card? The reason I don't like the gold card is, why would we want foreign people to influence us even more, especially with the power that they would have? I mean, you're talking about really, really, really rich people getting benefits for $5 million, obviously they're extremely wealthy. You know, if you're paying $5 million for citizenship, instant citizenship or whatever, you're obviously, you have a net worth probably, you know, well into the 9 figures. So it's like, it's going to muddle the waters in terms of these whales from overseas coming to the United States, and we're just going to be bombarded with foreign money and foreign influence, I feel like, with this gold card. Russia is a huge problem for the U.S. too, even if we don't. I don't agree with that. I don't think Russia's a huge problem for the United States. I mean, I think it's important for you to look at Russia in the proper context. Look at Russia's GDP. Look at their overall military. Look at what they've done against Ukraine. It's, I mean, in terms of a nuclear power, yes, but that's why we're trying to end the war, so it doesn't get worse and turn into a nuclear situation. Europe is going to freak out when U.S. aligns with Russia and many NATO countries. Yeah, there could be a few NATO countries involved in a new alliance with Russia. I've heard that pitched. Russia's economy is the size of New York State. It really is remarkable. I mean, but you also do have to say they are a nuclear power. They're a nuclear power. I do think they're lying about their nuclear technology. I don't really. I mean, how do they prove that? You look at some of their weapons. This is like, it's like Cold War weapons, and they say they have all these hypersonic missiles. I don't know if I believe that, honestly. China's more of a threat. Well, we all know that China's more of a threat than Russia. But that's where the difference comes with Europe. Europe obviously views, based on where they're located, Russia more of a threat. So we always have this differing, you know, a viewpoint. You want to move your company to Dubai? No capital gains tax, no income tax, no property. Yeah, I mean, Dubai has amazing. It's a tax haven. That's why so many wealthy people. I would never move to Dubai though. I don't want to live outside the United States. Isn't Russia's military stronger than China's? Let's look up the numbers. No, they're not. No, China has a China's numbers they're in second behind the United States. I believe Russia's third or fourth, but China's a clear second, and they're definitely investing more into defense spending. They've been investing more like heavily the past 15. I don't know. You know what? It probably slowed down though because they had really bad deflation, really bad economy situation because they had zero COVID implemented for like 2 years. Adam Kissinger, Soy Boy. Yeah, I mean that dude just makes videos pretty much. But it's all with attention. He wants attention. That's the thing with people like that. His videos, I mean, it's like. Yeah, apparently this got like a, what was it, 47%, which is a liberal Rotten Tomatoes. They're very liberal. They want to help these films out that are like social justice warriors. It gets 47% still. I mean, this woman is just not smart at all. It's just horrible business decision to criticize people like that before a movie. Just terrible. I wonder if there's any reflection from someone like that. Probably not. Seems like a 13 or 14 seed always wins, kind of a weird year. Yeah, really, really chalky, man. Harry Sisson is Irish. Yeah, he was actually born in Ireland. I saw that because I'm Irish as well, but obviously it traces back. I was born in the United States. But yeah, I don't know why he said he voted. Apparently, he's not even a citizen in the U.S. People were saying so, but he was saying he said he voted. I don't know if they just make, if you're an influencer, you have to say you voted for the Democrats. I mean, the Democrats' whole thing with paying influencers is, I mean, obviously it didn't work, but it just comes off as so inorganic. You got to watch March Madness right now. I mean, I feel like these are not even good games. I mean, this is a fucking 30-point game. This could be a good game. We'll see. I mean, 8v9 normally is good. Yeah, these two games could be. I mean, Bryant probably not happening with the way it's been going. These are the last 4 games. Yeah, I mean, it's 12v5. I think everyone picked Oregon, though, honestly. I don't really know many people that picked Liberty over Oregon. I pretty much have all the chalk from here on out. I have the 8 seed, UConn, Illinois, Michigan State, Oregon. So I need it to be chalk, I guess. Military strategy is your day job. Military strategy? What is your job title? You do not think it's wise to pretend that Russia isn't a threat? Well, no, we know Russia's a threat. I never downplayed Russia being a threat, but somebody phrased something to where they said, well, Russia's this huge threat to the United States. Russia being a huge threat would be based off of their nuclear arsenal. Really nothing in terms of their actual army. You could say their ground troops and the ground army is more of a threat to Europe, but it's not a threat to the United States. But I mean, for the United States, it's very hard for us to have an actual threat without just saying, oh, it's because of the nukes. Because number one, look at where we're located. Who's going to invade us? Nobody. It's impossible. So it is just become a nuclear thing and trying to deter nukes from happening, deter countries from being aggressive in terms of taking land. Please just look for a second. Duke versus Lehigh. Huh. Dude, is there a single upset? 20-2 in the second quarter. What? Dude, this is bad. This is like a 60-point win. I don't think there's a single upset. There's not a single a 10 beat a 7, a 9 beat an 8. Let's wait. Who's perfect? $391. Honestly, someone might. It's 391, I think. Someone might actually win the perfect because of how chalky it is. Who has a perfect bracket? Imagine you fill out a perfect bracket. Russia is our border neighbor. Stop. The Bering Strait. That's if you're actually a military general, you know the buildup that they would need to try and do an invasion over that. It's not realistic. And that's Alaska too. That's not even lower 48. North Korea has 1 million plus active duty soldiers. If China and North Korea had a military alliance, it would be a massive military force in the Indo-Pacific. Yeah, those Pacific states are very worrying in terms of China. I mean, the last thing you would want is for China to get ambitious in the Pacific. It'd be a complete mess. Most of that money that's in the Congo is like the most mineral rich country in Africa. Most of that money is in like gold deposits though. But it would be the cobalt. It's very important if we could get our hands on that. I know Biden did a deal with Africa trying to get some of that, but China has such a China uses the Belt and Road Initiative, so they're able to just give out these predatory loans. These poor countries can't pay them back, and then they're able to exude soft power over them and extract natural resources, and that's why they've got full control of that industry. That's like lithium and batteries and EVs and everything like that. And so it's a problem. But I mean, they're like, well, Trump's going to do a deal. It's $24 trillion. It's like, we have to go police the Congo to try and set up infrastructure to get minerals. All right, man, I'll see you, bro. Will you be making a video talking about $800 million stadium renovation? I didn't even see that. I'll have to look into that. Minnesota Wild. That's an arena renovation. That's a big renovation. Yeah, you got to reboot your streams. I don't know. People say that I'm getting trolled. I don't think I'm getting trolled. Just reboot your reload your streams, refresh it. Got to be a million perfect women's brackets. Yeah, I mean, if they're all perfect, I mean, it's barely any upsets. Yeah, I'm gonna. Is Snow White in theaters? Is it seriously in theaters? It's a waste, man. I need a new PC. This is like a $1,500 PC, bro. I don't know. Maybe it's the connection or something. I you know. You know what? When I got this new PC, I've always been on. But for whatever reason, my Wi-Fi has been on 2 bars, and then I had to get a USB like connector that made it better. It's like an outlet thing, like an antenna. Basically, it's a USB antenna. So maybe there's something with it. I don't know. Please try to understand the Russian threat to the U.S. a little more. Laughing it off isn't going to work. Well, then why don't you tell me why Trump is about to potentially go into an agreement with Russia? What is the exact Russian threat? Are you saying they're going to invade Alaska? I mean, come on, man. No, Russia's a threat, but they're not. The fear-mongering from Europe doesn't work on Americans. Thoughts on Connor running? I don't think he's got a chance in hell. You know how liberal Ireland is? And also it's like a ceremonial position with Ireland. The real power is within the government in Ireland. It's not the leadership. It's weird how they do it, but I don't think he's got a chance in hell. You know, it's like publicity stunts. They invited him to the White House, and also apparently he's got like this stuff hanging. You know, he's got like an essay claim or whatever. I don't know what's going on there. Russians don't even have a proper fleet. How the hell would they cross? It's this irrational fear. It's the irrational fear mongering. You think any perfect brackets will last through round 1? Yeah, I mean, I would. Well, these games are kind of. I would imagine there's going to be a few. Definitely, there's going to be some that get busted tonight, though, because some of these games are like 11v6s. It's 59K. 3.3 million brackets. Wow, they're 24.3 million in men's. Is this a real thing? Giant structures discovered under the... Remember that meme thing? I wonder if it's in here. Really? You're gonna shout out a Solana coin? Yeah, there it is right there. Yeah, this is the biggest threat by far is China. They're smuggling fentanyl through the ports, but even without the fentanyl issue, they're just the number two biggest superpower. And also based on where they're located, they're significantly more of a threat. I don't know if this pyramid stuff is real. Yeah, here comes the fear-mongering. I mean, what even... Warnings about traveling to America. This is all posturing. This is all performance. Oh, the big bad Trump is in. He doesn't support NATO, so they're going to start throwing a hissy fit. Thomas Massey. Yeah, we'll take a look at him. His tweets are very important to the chat. Oh, man. I mean, some of the chat, it's just like... You like the channel, but it's... Well, dude, you're trying to argue that, like, you're taking this weird stance like Russia is on the same level as China, and I don't agree with it. Now, if you can't take that criticism, that's fine, but it's like, how long are you going to drag this out? Canada wouldn't be able to defend itself. Well, of course, Canada would be totally fine with being annexed by the United States in a World War III scenario, you know, where they were invaded. But based on their location, it's very hard to see them getting invaded. I mean, they're in an amazing location, so they can kind of get away with it. But I think that is a very scary thing for them, trying to double their population. I mean, they've already had the big cities have been invaded already. Got to get very bad for them if they, because the thing is they do have a low population based on the land that they have. Yeah, let's not do the whole thing with Kai Trump, man. I mean, come on. I think when's the Panama Canal? Well, it just depends. Whatever Trump wants to do. I know Trump was talking about possibly drawing up plans for an invasion, but that was more so in a you draw up plans like it's every strategy. It's military, so you drop different things. It's like best case, worst case. I don't think they really want to invade it. They might do a blockade on the canal if they really want to take it. I don't think they'd invade it. But I really don't know if Trump even wants the zone back. He wanted China's influence out. But then the BlackRock took it over. Not the canal, the ports. Why do so many in the chat love Thomas Massey? No, it's just a troll because these people, they kept asking for Thomas Massey tweets. You know, this all stems from the CR, and Massey becomes this little star, you know, and so people demanded it, and it was just like a lot of people just asking for the same thing. But now it's like they're trolling me about it. If another country invades or threatens Canada, it opens up an opportunity to join the U.S. more easily. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, though. Who would threaten Canada? You're threatening the United States, and that's what Trump knows. He knows that we would have to come to the assistance of Canada anywhere in North America, especially above us. There would be no country that would be dumb enough to threaten Canada. Not because Canada is this strong country, it's because they're tethered to us. So it becomes war with the United States. Bill Maher is pissed at Trump. Well, he's always he plays both sides. You know how these people are. He's like these. it's like these liberals that try and act like, oh, you know, they criticize both sides. Ukraine is going to hold a new election soon. Probably not until after this peace deal is worked out. No, I don't think there's any Thomas Massey coin at all. It wouldn't even make sense because it's like those type of coins don't do well. I mean, that are named after people normally, that coin wouldn't do well. You're gonna unsubscribe because the past few days the chat has been full of these spammers. Dude, this is honestly my normal chat. I don't know what you're talking about. This is a pretty normal. This is like the same people are normally in my chats. This is not like liberal people taking over my chat. I mean, some people troll. I agree with you, but this is like, you know, I just don't respond to it if it's bad. I don't know. You like the chat size not too crazy. You can respond to most. Yeah, I mean the chat is moving fine. I get, you know, it just depends how many people are in it. Becomes a you know, to a certain point you can't really respond to it. Litecoin to $200 at the end of the year. Dude, I don't even know where Litecoin is. Come on, man. You shouldn't be buying Litecoin in 2025. Litecoin, dog. Come on. Carney wants an economic war so China can back him and he can become a dictator. He's not smart enough, man. Have you seen him? He's just a puppet. Would you ever want to go to China? China is you have to assimilate to that with Chinese. No, you don't want to go there. I mean, they certainly have some nice cities. There's a lot of Chinese propaganda going on X. I know that. I've seen a lot of Chinese propaganda with some of these cities. Yeah, they've got beautiful cities. They've also got some really bad slums. Carney hasn't even spoken to Trump yet. Yeah, he said he wasn't going to meet him in person. He's a coward. I mean, you would think he would if there's this big. I think they're trying to hide him. They're trying to hide him before this election. They're having this election. This is like a snap election really quickly. They install him and then they see the polls and they're like, I haven't even looked at the polls. I just saw Polymarket. China is the most disgusting country you've ever visited. It depends where you go in China. But China does have, I mean, they've used such a high population, there's going to be horrible parts of it. I don't know. This chat is attacking each other. Honestly, I don't know if I've seen something like this where this chat attacks each other like this. Carney is World Economic Forum. He's propped up. He's a complete bot. He's just a bot. China and India are incredibly polluted. Well, yeah, India is another one. Well, China, both of those countries have terrible smog because of how overpopulated their cities are. They have horrible smog. They can't control it. India is so bad. Polls don't matter even if Pierre is 10% higher. It's going to be a liberal NDP again. Well, I mean, it's crazy how. What have they won the last 4 elections? Thoughts on BlackRock and the Panama Canal? It's a very bad development. You know, I thought that was a really good thing that Trump did, and a lot of people don't know it. But you know, you exude force over Central America like America should. We shouldn't be allowing this soft power Belt and Road Initiative thing that China is doing. And they've got both of the ports, and they can track our shipments and our supply on both sides of the oceans. So you're able to. I mean, Rubio went there. He got the diplomatic relationship ripped up. That's amazing. But then BlackRock buys it. It's like we don't want BlackRock buying for like $23 billion. They bought the ports on both sides. Why are you telling me what it was like when you went there, when you never went there and I spent months there? Dude, I'm getting sick of your attitude, man. And it's just like, it's enough. Some of these people. I mean, there's people in this chat that are just just not good. This is not a good chat. Tucker Carlson or Don Jr.? Well, obviously Tucker. Thoughts on Australia having a... Did my stream go out? I don't think my stream went out. Thoughts on Australia having a trade surplus with us? They purchase a lot of U.S. planes. Yeah, Australia is an interesting country. People just looking for a fight. I don't know. You know, it's like, I've been doing these streams, it's like, but even this person is a piece of shit as well. I mean, these people are just like, you know, you try and do these streams for people, and then, you know, I don't have to answer these questions. But with these people, it's just like, it's just annoying. Well, the thing is I'll respond. I mean, 99% of the shit that I respond to is not donations. That's the thing. And it's still not enough for these people. A poll came in. Apparently 40% of Alberta wants to be severed from Canada. Well, that doesn't surprise me, honestly, because if you think about it, the total, it's like 20, it's like 80-20. But then Alberta is going to be way more conservative. So, yeah, probably around 40%. And it depends what happens with this election, I would say. Chat reminds me of the other chat when the two guys were trying to fight each other. Yeah, well, that was weird as well. That was just odd. The dude gave out his address to fight. Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah. How many hours of sleep a night do you get? Probably like 5 or 6, honestly. Probably around 5 or 6. Ignore the haters. You're great. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. The thing is, some of these people are not even haters. They're just pompous. They're just pompous, and they just come in and it's just like, I'm trying to have a chat with these people. You don't have to donate or anything like that. But there's a few people, and then you get hit with this stuff from this duck and whatever. It's like, I don't know who these people are. It's like some YouTuber is angry at me, like some fucking loser, no name. I don't even know who these people are. You're surprised they don't get more trolls, especially liberal trolls. People are strange. Well, it's seeming they're picking it up a little bit. It seems like they're picking it up. But some of these people were not trolls; they were just agitators. No, I'm not a fan of the UFC, man. Honestly, I'm not. Why no Twitch? Because it doesn't make sense to be on Twitch, because I would have to build completely new on Twitch. I'd have to build it. I mean, obviously there would be some people that filter over from YouTube, but it just doesn't. I don't think it makes sense to be on Twitch, honestly, because it's going to be less views. Or even if I do dual stream on YouTube, Twitch, it's like, I don't know. It's like you're diluting your own views. Thoughts on the Harry Sisson drama? Well, I mean, it's obviously, I think with him, it's just more of a hypocritical thing when you argue that you have this moral standard. It's and then yeah, it is what it is. I mean, getting nudes and stuff. That's really not. I guess you shouldn't lead girls on and stuff, but I mean, girls have rosters all the time. It's really not. It's more so him just trying to act like he has moral high ground, and then doing something different in private. No, I never watched the Snow White thing. Is the Snow White thing on streaming, or I'm guessing it is on streaming? But I'm not gonna watch that, man. This guy is.
Bureau du Journal de Montréal. Merci de répondre à nos questions. En une semaine, vous avez.
It's not even. This is like French. You promised to cancel the increase on capital gains. You opened the door to the pipeline project. You also promised to cancel GST on the purchase of the first home. Why didn't you run for the Conservative Party? That dude's not conservative. But he's saying all this shit because the Canada is rejecting the really far left stuff because of how bad it's been. BC elections were rigged, non-voter ID type shit. Took 2 months to count. There's hundreds of under-the-table deals between Canada and China. Thought I'd explain it because I saw your vid. The BC elections in specific, British Columbia. Yeah, I saw the clip of Trump calling Tim Walz a loser. Tim Walz is just like such a boomer. Like, he's just very little political acumen with him. He's gonna, you know, he'll probably run in 2028, and he'll probably, I would imagine he's probably gonna be the first person to drop out, or like one of the first. He'll actually have the name recognition to stay in for a few of the states, a few of the primaries, but he'll drop out really early, I would say. Yeah, I do think working out definitely helps with sleep 100%. Yeah, because I don't really remember having problems sleeping when I was working out at all, except for like in extreme circumstances. But yeah, when you get on a bad sleep schedule, it's hard to get out of. But I mean, I think I woke up at like 6:50 this morning, but I'm not sure what time I'll be able to fall asleep at. Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro will definitely watch Snow White together. Well, you know, they always review that type of shit because that's like the culture war. Who's my pick? For men's, it's Houston. Women's, I didn't pick one for women's. Honestly, man. I might try and finish this this video tomorrow. This iceberg. Yeah, the Quebec referendum to leave. You're talking about in 1995. They were going to become independent, right? Who will California choose as their governor? Nicole Shanahan? No, probably not. Probably, I don't know if Kamala is going to run, but probably some liberal. Imagine Tim Walz and Gavin Newsom on the debate stage. I'm guessing they will be 100% because it does look like Walz is going to run, and it's going to be really bad for him. But you know Newsom is going to run. Newsom loves himself. He loves the attention. He'll have the big name, even though he's very unlikable. He'll run. Walz will run. AOC will run just to, you know, kind of get her name out there and get snappy. And then you'll probably have someone like Cuban. You'll obviously have someone, you know, like the squares like Bashir and Shapiro. Buttigieg will probably run again. Waste of time, but he'll probably do it. And you're probably going to have all these people on the stage at once, like 10 people. And the thing with Democrats' debates is they're so boring. The only thing that would be interesting is them trying to talk about Trump. Yeah, I mean, I showed that already, but I'll go to it. The AOC slip.
We need a Democratic Party that fights harder for us to.
Well. You think Ben Affleck will run? Is it like a celebrity long shot? I mean, you never know. Kamala will win. Well, I mean, listen, if she runs for the governorship in California, she's already got such a huge advantage. Name recognition, and it's California. It's crazy liberal. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this live stream. I'm gonna wrap it up. Imagine Kamala Walz 2028. Yeah, they wouldn't do that. They're not doing either. Kamala, like I know there's a whole thing about Kamala. Well, she's doing decent. It's just not gonna happen. There's no way it's gonna happen. I want to look at this really quickly though. Let me look at these scores. Man, these things are so chalky, but these are close games. We'll see. We'll see if Xavier comes back. Hopefully Illinois wins. Hopefully UConn wins. Michigan State, for my bracket's sake. California is slowly turning. I mean, there's parts of California that are absolutely red. Now, what, like, slowly turn. It's not going to be red. It just can't be. There's just too many people there that are liberal. Even if some of them move to like Utah and Colorado, which we've seen. But I mean, it could get to like 15 points. Well, what did California even close? I don't even remember because they took forever to count votes, but it closed something. Like, it was closer than it was like 18 points for Kamala in the general election. Oh, it's on Maryland. Maryland looks good, man. That was a very dominant win. Very dominant win. A lot of people like Maryland. I know people that picked Maryland to go to the Final Four, I saw. I mean, that's an annihilation in a 4v13 when they were 10-point favorites. It's impressive. Robert De Niro, I don't think he would run. He's too old, and he's just like an old geezer who's just angry at everything, honestly. California actually has the most Republicans. I know. It's because of the population. All right, guys, I'll see you.